The various manufacturing processes of a soccer ball. A worker forcefully inserts a steel wire into the valve hole on the surface. The prepared white balls are tossed one by one into a collection bin. On the other side, a worker uses a spoon to scoop up milky white slurry, evenly pouring it over the soccer ball and continuously rotating it above the water tank. The soaked balls are hung on an automatic conveyor chain. Rows of white soccer balls follow the conveyor belt, slowly moving into the dim drying tunnel. Red lights flash inside the tunnel. Heating tubes emit high temperatures, driven steadily along by the chain. The dried soccer balls reach the end. The worker moves with light grace, expertly removing the dried balls, tidying up the pulled-out metal rods, placing the ball into a fixture with fixing holes. After removing the needle, the spherical surface becomes very smooth. A red mechanical cutting machine devours large rolls of material. A worker tears away the honeycomb-shaped waste, neatly stacking the cut leather pieces in plastic crates. On the long conveyor belt, printed white leather pieces are laid out everywhere. Two people work together to precisely fit the leather pieces into the silkscreen printing frame. Fingers gently smooth out the edges, ensuring not a single bubble or wrinkle remains. Wearing rubber gloves, carefully wiping the surface of each leather piece with a sponge ball. Multiple workers line up along the long workbench, performing assembly line style multi-layer color over printing. The silkscreen frames line up. Complex geometric color patterns and brand logos are perfectly presented. The printed leather pieces are collected into stacks. The punch press descends precisely, cutting round holes into the patterned leather. Workers place the stacked leather pieces into the glue roller machine. Two metal rollers rotate, evenly applying sticky glue to the leather pieces. The glued pieces move slowly along the mesh conveyor belt. Afterwards, workers place the fabrics one by one onto the moving conveyor belt, collecting them at the end of the conveyor belt, performing manual sorting and alignment. The organized fabrics are piled like small towers on the workbench. Workers place the white fabrics piece by piece into the green circular mold grooves. Hands move quickly inside the hemispherical mold, accurately splicing the pentagons and hexagons together. Fingers slide along the edges, fine-tuning the position, ensuring a seamless fit. Pressing firmly inside the mold using a specialized small press tool, strengthening the anti-adhesion properties of the fabric, covering it with a transparent hemispherical positioning shield. The press closes completely, performing thermal compression molding. The molding process ends. The press head rises. A complete floating ball with perfectly fused fabrics emerges. A worker takes it out of the mold. The surface texture is very clear. Placing the soccer ball at the air needle for preliminary inflation. Carefully trimming excess rubber around the valve core with a small knife. Technicians use a large syringe to extract transparent wind hole liquid. The soccer ball is mounted on a rotating stand. A worker holds a fine needle tube along the surface seams, extremely precisely applying transparent anti-wind glue. Immediately afterwards, the worker places the soccer ball into a precision pressure mold. Multiple metal plates close tightly around it, performing secondary multi-angle pressing on the soccer ball, trimming the edges of the valve hole flat with professional pliers. The worker wears white gloves, repeatedly wiping the sphere with a white cloth dipped in detergent, removing fingerprints and residual glue, tearing off the qualified label, sticking it onto the designated pattern area. After inflating to standard air pressure, putting the soccer ball into a transparent plastic bag, skillfully twisting the bag opening to seal it. The bag soccer balls are automatically transported to the warehouse via tracks below the ceiling. In the bladder manufacturing area, workers are inflating the black nail-based rubber bladders one by one, checking for air leaks by observing how the bladder rotates on the rotating rack, screening out ball cores with qualified roundness. The black inner tubes are placed sequentially onto automated aluminum belts. A layer of white fiber mesh quickly covers the entire sphere. The machine sprays adhesive onto the rotating sphere. A worker holds a nozzle around the valve core, spraying white sealing foam, then wiping it clean with a rag. The processed semi-finished products are lightly tossed into collection nets. In the spacious sewing workshop, dozens of workers are busy sitting in front of industrial sewing machines. Because it is an inside-out sewing state, workers constantly adjust the angles of the pieces, gradually stitching together the outer shell of the soccer ball. The sewn ball shells are stacked layer by layer. Workers use hydraulic expansion equipment, forcefully turning the inside-out shell right side out, making the front face outward, using awls and other tools, fully pushing out the dead corners that the equipment cannot reach, followed by extremely meticulous manual stitching using a crochet hook. Needles and threads shuttle rapidly between fingertips. Once the stitches are tightened, the gap vanishes instantly. The uninflated leather shell is placed into a hot press molding machine. The soccer ball is completely shaped through thermal pressing and inflation, conducting final manual quality inspection, trimming away residual thread ends with small scissors. The soccer ball rolls along the track. Workers skillfully slip on transparent plastic bags. The packaged soccer balls are hung on vertical conveyor belts, conveyed one by one up to the second floor, finally falling in batches into huge logistics collection bins.